Good morning, commissioners. Okay. Good morning, and the meeting of the Windward Planning Commission will now come to order. It is Thursday, December 1st, 2022. The time is 9:04 a.m. I will now introduce our commissioners. I have here Commissioner Gilbert Aguinaldo.
Hi.
Commissioner Lauren Baylog.
Morning.
Commissioner John Cross.
Here.
Commissioner Louis Daniele III.
Good morning.
And Commissioner Wayne DeLuz is absent and excused. And I'm Chair Dennis Lin, and we have a quorum to hold this meeting. I will also now introduce the Office of Corporation Counsel. I have here our new Corporation Counsel for the Commission, Sinclair Salas Ferguson.
Morning, everyone.
We have Counsel for the Planning Department, Jean Campbell. Now introducing Planning Department, Deputy Planning Director, Jeffrey Darrow.
Aloha.
Introduction of Planning Department staff, Clinton Mercado, Christian K, Maya Jackson, our Planning Commission Secretary, Melissa Dakayanan Salvador, and we have Janice Hata as the Zoom host. Just some housekeeping items. Please make sure your cell phones are turned off or on silent mode. To all of us attending here in person, please make sure to press the button in front of you. And when it turns red, you may speak into the mic. And please do so that it can be recorded. Now moving on to the approval of minutes. The minutes of the November 3rd meeting was circulated. Have all the commissioners received that email? If so, may I ask for a motion to approve?
Move to approve the minutes.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, it was moved by Commissioner Cross and seconded by Commissioner Daniele that the minutes of the November 3rd, 2022 meeting be approved as circulated. Is there any discussion? If none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried, minutes are approved. We now move on to public testimony. As stated in the published agenda, members of the public may provide public testimony regarding any agenda item now or at the time of the agenda item is called to order. If there is anyone here who would like to testify, please fill out the yellow sign-up form on the back table there and give it to our staff. Also, if you have written testimony that has not been sent in earlier, you may submit it now. Testifiers on Zoom, you may choose to provide your testimony now or at the time the agenda item is called to order. Please keep your video camera off and audio muted until you're called to testify by the host. Note that the Zoom platform and the YouTube live stream are provided as a courtesy. Today's hearing will continue if the Zoom or the YouTube connections fail. Finally, before we start to receive public testimony pursuant to Rule 1-5 of the Planning Commission's Rules of Practice and Procedure, I would like to remind everyone to be courteous and respectful to all testifiers, staff members, and commissioners. Please direct all testimony to me as the chair. Okay. So staff at this time, are there any in-person testifiers? Okay. Janice, is there anybody on the Zoom that would like to testify now?
Hi, Chair. Yes, we have one testifier, Robin Evans, on Zoom.
Okay.
Okay, Robin, if you could turn on your camera and audio so that the chair could swear you in, that would be great. Thank you. Robin might have stepped away from her computer. I have asked her to unmute.
Okay, let's give her just a couple more
Okay.
minutes here. Okay, since Ms. Evans is currently unavailable, we'll move on to the item number 1. Applicant is Orchid Land Neighbors. Application number PLSPP-2022-000013. Application for a special permit to develop and operate a multi-purpose community facility on approximately 4 acres of land in the State Land Use Agricultural District. The subject property is located at 16-1661 36th Avenue, approximately 530 feet northwest of its intersection with Orchid Land Drive, Orchid Land Estates, Ke'au, Puna, Hawaii, TMK 31-6-010, parcel number 5. So I'll call up the first testifier here in person. As we wait for the Zoom to resume. First is Sherry Carden. Sherry, if you could please come up to the testifier mic. Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine. Okay. No. Okay. So you guys will be part of the applicant's presentation then. Okay. That's fine. Next is Roy and Stephanie Bath.
Good morning. Thanks, folks, for serving the people of Hawaii.
Oh, Ms. Bath, I have to swear you in first. Oh, so if you could please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth on this matter now before the Windward Planning Commission?
Yes.
Okay. Please state your name and the area you live in, and you may begin. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you. Stephanie Bath. I live in Lower Hawaiian Acres, where it is adjacent to Ainaloa and Orchid Land. First, I want to thank all of you for serving. I really appreciate this opportunity to testify on behalf of Orchid Land Neighbors. I was really excited when I heard what they have in store for the community. As you're all very aware, the Puna Community Development Plan, which was adopted by ordinance in 2008, has been slow in its movement of implementation. So when a nonprofit such as this one comes forth to sort of collaborate with the county in a way to deliver levels of service that are sorely lacking for our area, it's exciting. I really like that the proposed project has a commercial certified kitchen where people can go in and process their agricultural goods. Fortunately, the state doesn't require beekeepers that have a certain volume to have a certified kitchen, but if somebody does have more of that, it would lend itself. I like the idea that it has a closed-in gathering place. You've already gotten my testimony. I'm sort of repeating myself, but our CERT team meets at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and sometimes they're not available, or when we get there, the gates aren't open because somebody's, for whatever reason. So the idea of having a closed-in place where we can meet is really great. I know that there's a community association within the subdivision. It's exciting that they could complement each other. Also, the location of it is good because we got Kaleo's, we've got the church, we've got Blaine's, we've got that whole commerce area and then we've got, I understand that the community association is on the corner right there. So it'll all kind of be within a reasonable area. Again, I do live in Hawaiian Acres. Considering the connectivity locations that are part of the community development plan, there'll be a redundancy of roadways, and we learned from Leilani that we need to overlay as communities and subdivisions. Each subdivision really isn't an island. In Hawaiian Acres, we have the pair, that the only emergency access road connecting Upper and Lower Puna going in front of our place. And yeah, the traffic is not always good. The mattresses that are dumped on the road are even worse, but we need to make sacrifices. We need to make adjustments as a county, as this population is just skyrocketing. So to me, anybody that has a mindful way of delivering services should really be considered, as long as they're in alignment with the Puna Community Development Plan. If they're not, I would say scrap them. In this case, they are. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your testimony. Janice, is Robin now available, Ms. Evans?
I did get a notification from Miss Evans that she will start her video later. So, Robin, could you confirm that whether you'd like to provide your testimony at this time or when the agenda item is called?
The agenda item has been called, Janice, so she can start anytime she's ready.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can request for her to unmute and I'll see if she responds. I'm not getting a response from Miss Evans, so not sure if she's at her computer.
Okay, we will move on to staff presentation, and then we'll give Miss Evans another try at that time.
Okay.
So staff presentation, Clinton.
Hello, testing. Hello and good morning, everyone. Thanks. Thank you. Yes, good morning. We'll begin with the location map. The subject 4.0 acre parcel shown in blue is located in the Puna district of Hawaii Island, more specifically in the Orchid Land Estate subdivision. The project area is Mauka of Highway 130 and approximately 530 feet north of 36th Avenue, Orchid Land Drive intersection. The applicant is requesting a special permit to develop and operate a multi-purpose community facility on approximately 4 acres of land in the State Land Use Agricultural District. The applicant has proposed a 5-phase development of the subject property as funding becomes available with an estimated completion date of January 2027. Phase 1 will be grading of approximately 3.7 acres of the property in preparation for new development and fencing. Phase 2, a general goods and agricultural products open market. Phase 3, the construction of a community center building and covered pavilion. The building will consist of a commercial kitchen, meeting hall, office space, restrooms, and storage. Phase 4, the construction of the concession, pavilion, restrooms, and storage building. And finally, phase 5, the construction of a skate park, soccer field, and the maintenance and security building. The facility's estimated hours of operation will be from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, except for the commercial kitchen use, which will be from 5 a.m. to 9, and the open market, which will be from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. When those are scheduled. Yeah. Reason for the request: the buildings and the athletic facilities envisioned for the project will house community-based programs, meeting spaces for emergency and community needs, office and storage space for the Community Emergency Response Team, sponsored by County of Hawaii Civil Defense, Orchid Land Neighborhood Watch, Orchid Land Neighbors, and Orchid Land Neighbors Food Basket. More specifically, the facility will satisfy the need for rentable space identified by the broader community. These include an open market area, a place to hold various meetings, a commercial kitchen, and a recreational activities and record. Next, we move into the zoning map. The subject property and the surrounding properties are zoned agricultural, 3 acres, which is shown in light blue. The subject property and all surrounding properties are designated agricultural by the State Land Use Commission. The general plan LUPIG map and Puna CDP map. The general plan land use pattern allocation guide map designates the subject property and surrounding properties as rural, shown in the mustard yellow. Properties further Mackay, near and within the Orchid Land Neighborhood Village Center are designated as medium density urban, shown in orange. The Puna CDP map shown on the right indicates the extent of the neighborhood village center. So this is a little bit outdated, the map, yeah. So we the GP map, we're currently working on updating it. Yeah. Next, we'll dive into the applicant's proposed site plan that they provided. Here is a site plan, the applicant showing a conceptual design of proposed project. Let's see. Oh, I gotta do notification. That's fine. Okay, thank you. Let me show you a little bit of what's happening on the site plan here. So to the left here is the 36th Avenue, where they will have the entrance and exit towards the bottom of the screen, and the top will be the emergency exit. Next, we have the skate park with a picnic area. The little square on the bottom here is the maintenance and security building. These are all just parking area that pretty much wraps around this area. In the middle is the community center and pavilion. These 4 circles are the H2O water tanks, H2O. Towards the top is the storage containers, 3 of them. This area is the open market vendor, where they will set up their canopies when they're doing their during open market day, excuse me. And then to the right is the soccer field. And towards the bottom of the screen will be the concession pavilion, restroom, storage, etc. And then in the middle of the parking area would be the septic tank. Oh, excuse me, yes. And so the perimeter is the walking path, which will, between the walking path and the property lines around the whole perimeter will have a vegetation installed, yeah, for noise and visual, yeah. Landscaping, excuse me. Okay. Great. Next, we move to the area photo. Here are some aerial photographs of the property outlined in blue and their surrounding area. The upper left is a zoomed out view of the area, which is characterized by a mix of farms, single-family residence, and vacant undeveloped parcels. The bottom right is a closer view of the subject property. Just a note, this is an older photo, yeah, of the property. On the bottom right, it's showing that it's vegetated, but the property has been recently grubbed and graded already. Yeah. Fully, yeah, the whole property. Next is the site photos. The image on the left, the top left, is looking southeast from 36th Avenue towards Orchidland Drive with the project site on the left. The image on the bottom right is looking northwest from 36th Avenue towards Kiao with the project site on the right. The image on the top left is looking northeast at the project site from 36th Avenue. The image on the bottom right is looking northwest from the intersection of 36th Avenue and Orchidland Drive. The planning director's recommendation is an approval with conditions. That concludes my presentation. Charlene, thank you.
Thank you, Clinton. Janice, I'm gonna give Ms. Evans one more try if she wants to go on, or did she leave?
Miss Evans actually left the Zoom shortly a while
Okay.
ago. Yeah.
Well, at this time, then public testimony is now closed. I will ask the applicant to come up and then we'll do questions after.
Thank you.
So if the applicant or their representatives could please come up.
That'd be good. Yeah. Yeah, good. Alrighty. Right here? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to swear you in first.
Yes.
So we'll go one by one. If you would please raise your right hand. And do you swear or affirm to tell the truth on this matter now before the Windward Planning Commission? Okay. Do you swear to affirm to tell the truth now on this matter now before the Windward Planning Commission? Actually, I'll do you too. Make it easier. Yeah. Sorry. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth now on this matter now before the Windward Planning Commission? Okay. Who will be speaking first?
I will.
Okay. If you please state your name and the area you reside in and who you represent. Thank you.
I'm Virginia Ginny Aist. I'm the president of Orchidland Neighbors at this time. And I live in Nana Valley, but I lived in Orchidland about 2 years and became involved in this project. I did work with Bonnie Goodell on the Puna Community Development Plan and became interested in community planning and the village concept of community planning at that time, interconnectivity to foster activities and services in each community, which could be accessed crossways instead of out on a highway and back. Okay. So those things are important to me. I want to thank the commission for being so patient and such good and giving us such good guidance. We decided that we could not afford a consultant to do our special permit application. And so we sat at a table many hours and developed it ourselves. And I want to thank Christian and Clinton for their help. The I want to thank the commission for taking the time to consider it as well. And I wanted to especially mention Andrus Farms, community people who helped us with the clearing of our 4 acres. We have a vision which is common to many communities, that they have a gathering place, that they have a place for recreation, a place for education, a place for communication, a place for emergency. We do not have that in Orchid Land. At the same time, we draw from a number of subdivisions because there is a business center there, a gas station, a grocery store, and so forth. We see the community growing. Orchid Land has about 2,400 lots. By planning standards of 3 people per lot, it would be about 3 times 2,400. So that's what we can look at for build out. It's not there yet, but you can see by the number of houses that it is growing. And it is ag land, and we need a special permit to achieve our vision. The vision is a multi-purpose community center, which would have, as it was shown, a pavilion or hale and a containers along the side that would serve as our emergency and offices. That would probably be the one of the first things we would put in. And then there would be also the open market. These things, these needs grew as the community grew. And there was a survey done in 2015, which showed that those were things that people wanted. They also wanted recreation areas for their children. There is nothing. There are no parks in Orchid Land. So that's our vision. We are a 501c3. We have gone ahead and plotted it out for you and given you our application. And we hope that we've answered most of the questions. I believe that the County of Hawaii is, and the Planning Commission is authorized to give special permits when there is a public need or when there is a need to access services in a community. I think that is the exception under which we come. Otherwise, we've satisfied most of the other things that you ask, including not taking away high value agricultural land. We are not that. It was grazing land, and it is considered pretty low on the scale. Thank you. Now what I'd like to do is have Sharon McCartan speak, and then Sherry Carden, and then Barbara Arthurs.
Okay, same process. Please state your name, the area you live in, and then you can continue. Yeah.
My name is Sharon McCartan. I live in Orchid Land. I'm on the board of Orchid Land Neighbors, and I want to thank, as far as the commission, for allowing us to speak before you. But I especially like to thank Clinton and Christian for helping me get through EPIC. I really love the EPIC program. I know people have complained about it, but there was some problems, but everything worked out. And basically, I just want to say thank you to them. And thank you to the commission for hearing us today.
Sure. Yeah, thank you.
Aloha, my name is Sherry Carden. I lived in Orchid Land for over 20 years and was very aware of the needs in the community with the neighborhood and all the things that people wanted and had dreams of doing. I really appreciate the work that this organization has done to help manifest that dream. And I appreciate the Planning Commission in seeing the value of that and giving their thumbs up on it, because it means a lot to the people who live in Orchid Land that feel sometimes a little bit left out when there's a lack of facilities or a lack of an appropriate place to be creative or to talk to one another or to move forward in things that are valuable to them. So I appreciate all the work that Orchid Land Neighbors has done with all their research, with all their punctuality and all crossing the I's, the T's, and just making everything so it moves smoothly and is easily understood. It's not a complicated process. It would be very valuable, not just for Orchidland, but in the surrounding communities and for East Hawaii as another special place that meets the needs that aren't being met already. It is my hope that as this project comes together, that they will be able to embrace what needs to happen in our community and in East Hawaii as a whole, and as well as collaborate with other facilities, other organizations, create unity and embrace diversity, because we're all just a little bit different. We all have something that we want to do to make East Hawaii a better place to be. And I think with a facility like this, it is bound to help. So I appreciate your consideration. I appreciate Orchidland Neighbors for all the work they have done to help bring this to this point. So thank you for this opportunity to speak.
My name is Barbara Arthurs, and I've lived in Orchidland for about 20, 30 years or so. We bought our property back in 1971, and I have seen it grow in terms of the number of people who have moved in, the development that's gone on. It is an agricultural area. My purpose for saying a few words is really to extend our appreciation to Christian K and to Clinton. Clinton, thank you for your presentation. I couldn't have done any better. I mean, golly, you got the points nailed down. And for the commission, I know the members and Chair Dennis, that you all have already seen what we have submitted and you have considered it. And our friend Zendo Kern, who has been, behind the scenes, has supported us basically from the beginning when we started to explore this project and realizing that we would have to submit a special permit application. Mahalo to all of you for really recognizing the fact that this project is estimated to be like minimally 3.5 million. However, like anything else, like how do you eat an elephant a bite at a time? It's a big project. It'll take several years. But we figured that this is something so needed. It is so needed. And we know that from our food basket distribution program. Our food basket distribution is the last Wednesday of each month. We serve about 200 families or 200 households. People come not only from Orchidland subdivision, they're coming from Ainaloa, they're coming from HPP, they're coming from Hawaiian Acres. If you can believe, some people drop by from Hilo. And of course, we have our friends who come from Kalapana. So we serve not only Orchidland estate residents, but people in Puna. And I can't imagine anyone not supporting this. The big support is your heart. The bigger support will be the dollars. So with your special permit recognition and granting that to us, our hope is that we will begin to find and receive the kinds of funding that we need to make this actually happen. It's a dream. The dreams come true if you work at it. And particularly if we've got other supporters backing the whole concept of providing something that is so very much needed in our community. So mahalo to all of you. And I recognize Mr. Gilbert Aguinaldo, who was from Hawaii Community College. And I actually retired from Hawaii Community College as a vice chancellor for student affairs. And that's the kind of person that serves the community. And we all hope that all of you are serving. I don't know why we're calling it Windward, Hawaii Island. We'll always think of it as East Hawaii. But thank you so much for all your support. Mahalo.
I had just one last quick comment. We are a resilience hub with Vibrant Hawaii, and we participated in the makahiki that was held in Nanavale. And we are on the, I forget the name of the committee, but the economic development arm of Vibrant Hawaii. We are that. We've done a lot of things without a structure. So many things in the community that we're asked to do. And now we're asking for structure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. At this time, commissioners, do you have any comments, questions? If not, I do have one. We saw some communication coming back and forth between the community association and Orchid Land neighbors. My biggest concern was I see that there's gravel roads right all throughout Orchid Land. So because of increased, foot traffic and car traffic, is the association charging you guys a specific fee for maintenance of the surrounding roads of your parcels?
Not yet, but I expect they will. And I think in our application, it states that we're open to whatever they propose. So we'll wait and see.
Okay.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
we're willing to work with them and do what they ask.
Okay.
Can I add to that? The Orchid Land Community Association does assess the MRMAs, the mandatory road maintenance assessment. And the basic fee currently is $250 per lot per year. And that's for residential. But they also have a schedule for businesses and other uses that are permissible in Orchid Land. So as this project begins to materialize, it would be definitely expected that we'll be assessed more as far as our MRMA is concerned. But for now, we have, we are up to date in our payment, and they haven't said anything yet that they're going to raise it. And I would say to them, hold off until we really have something there that we could really use the property, because right now it's been bulbos. And that's a big thing for us. That's a really big thing. But I don't think that having bulldozed it, that they will charge us a business rate just yet.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have a quick question.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
I'm just curious. I mean, you guys have set out a pretty tight timeline for this project. You feel confident that the funding will come in since you're 501c3, 3.5 million. I'm just curious if that timeline is really doable.
Well, what if it isn't? I mean, all we can do is keep working on it. And we're hoping, all we could do is put down estimates in this, because until you get, it's catch-22. You want to ask for funding, but until you get the special permit, you can't really say to people, we've got it, give us your donation. We were very fortunate with Andrus Farms on our grading. We used our 501c3 status there, and we are in the process of designing a fundraising campaign. That's really all I can tell you. If it takes longer and we don't make it by the exact deadlines we've put down there, we did the best we could to estimate it. We'll complete it as soon as we can.
Great, thank you.
Anybody else?
On the background and rec, there's a 10-year with a possible 10-year time extension, administrative time extension.
We may not last that long with the project.
Well, thank you very much. Any other questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I entertain a motion to approve. I move that the application for special permit doc number 2022-000013 be approved based on the planning director's recommendation, which shall be adopted.
Thank you, Commissioner Aguinaldo. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved by Commissioner Aguinaldo and seconded by Commissioner Daniele for approval of the special permit based on the planning director's recommendation. Staff, if you could please take a roll call vote. Sorry, yeah, is there any discussion? Sorry, on the vote? No? Okay, roll call vote, please.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Aguinaldo,
Aye.
Commissioner Daniele,
Aye.
Commissioner Baylog.
Aye.
Commissioner Cross,
Aye.
Commissioner Deluz's excuse, and Chair Lynn.
Aye.
Thank you. 5-0. The ayes have it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys will be notified in writing of our decision. Thank you.
Mahalo, Chair Lynn.
Okay, we will now move on to our planning director's report.
Chair Lynn, we provided the report to you, I think, on Monday or Tuesday, and I'm happy to answer any questions the commission has.
Any questions on it was the SMA report, right?
Mhm.
Yep. Okay, no? Then I will move on to the election of officers for 2023. We are now open for nominations. I welcome any motions for the nomination of chair for 2023. Anybody want to volunteer?
I nominate Dennis. You're doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you, Commissioner Aguinaldo. There is a motion for nomination of myself for chair. Is there a second on that motion?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? No, then is all in favor of myself, Dennis Lin, as chair of the Windward Planning Commission for 2023.
Aye.
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 Okay, any opposed? Okay, I will be chair for 2023. Thank you. Right now we do need a vice chair. So, is there any nominations for vice chair? Any volunteers or,
I'll volunteer.
okay. Is there a motion for that?
I make a motion for Commissioner Daniele be the vice chair.
Okay, is there a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Okay, it was moved by Commissioner Aguinaldo and seconded by Commissioner Cross. For the nomination of Commissioner Daniele as the vice chair for the Windward Planning Commission for 2023. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Congratulations, Vice Chair Daniele.
Thank you.
Dennis, you can go take vacation now. Whoa.
I'll take off for a month. Thank you.
Oh.
Okay. With that, I believe we are.
Chair.
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair Lynn. We do have one more item on the agenda, which was not on the agenda, but we'd like to take this time to honor and appreciate Commissioner Aguinaldo. He has reached his time to say
Thank you.
aloha. He has graciously extended his time until we can fill his position for usually 3 months. But if we do happen to get somebody sooner, we'll say aloha sooner. But, just to take this time, and most people don't understand or realize that members on the commission, especially the planning commissions, both Leeward and Windward, are volunteer. They're not paid by the county. Everything they do is out of their goodness of their heart and in service to their community and to our island. We can't say enough or give enough in response to all the time and effort, and I mean, we understand how much you folks spend outside of this time on the commission reviewing the reports, because some of them are just incredibly voluminous, and especially when we receive some that are controversial, and we receive a lot of testimony. All of that is reviewed by each one of these commissioners. And again, most people, what do they say? It's like a thankless job. But we are truly very, very thankful for our volunteers. And Mayor Roth has provided us with a certificate of appreciation.
Oh,
to-
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we look forward to your next term here.
Oh. Oh, man.
As
Yeah.
with each of our commissioners, we just really appreciate all of you and your service, and thank you,
Oh,
Gilbert.
thank you.
Thank you.
Jeff, thank you. I'll keep them short and sweet. First, I wanted to serve in a lower tier. Like what, the panel of ladies that came before you folks, we're no different from them. I still remember Mayor Billy Kinoy, and Jeff I knew Jeff as a young fella, I just wanted to do something crazy. And, that time Mayor Billy Kinoy says, what? He stepped back and you really want to do this? I said, yeah. It's every one of us here has the heart, the passion, and the whole purpose to it is to serve. Don't look at yourself as, oh, I gotta go do this, is volunteer. You changing lives, you impacting a lot of people. Your decisions, I've learned it's don't take them personal. You do what is right. And like what a lot of times I go see Jeff because I'm just like I was like them. I wanted to learn more. How to better serve your community is what you guys are doing right now. Are you gonna impact, change lives, change the dynamics of things? Oh yeah, you guys really are. And yeah, my 4-year came and it's gonna be a memorable one. And I remember county council was like, wow, how come I gotta go before county council? I didn't realize they had to vote you in. And Karen Eoff said, Gerard, do you have anything to say? I said, I'm grateful that you guys, nominated me and be part of as a commissioner. And I said, I have a purpose here on my 4-year term is to serve. Like Jeff said, some of you are new. I mean, I came in one day and I was like, oh my goodness, how come there's a police officer? We didn't know what was going on. There's a lot of things that, Malia said, don't take it, stick to the subject. But I get so passionate sometimes because they're just like us. And I look at this neighborhood associations like, oh man, I hope get some youngsters that can be following their footsteps because they're getting old. And Commissioner Danielle said, oh, you sure you're gonna finish in 10 years? And the lady was trying to persevere. She said, well, I'm gonna try. That's all we can do. And each and every one of you here, when you guys come and serve with an open perspective, open mind, and do what's best. And I'll be rooting for you guys behind the scenes. I know today's the first. And I told myself, what am I going to do next? Because I just enjoy doing this and meet new people, new friends. And I wanted to, and today's my last day if I am gonna or not. And I was going to throw my hat in with the new, administration, the new governors. Today's the first. I think today's the deadline. As there's other opportunities out there. And, it's either that or something else on a county level. We live on a dynamic, beautiful island and very diverse, right? The culture, especially the culture, and I think we wasn't ready for this. And it's just so much people and with Mother Nature coming around and, talking to Commissioner Daniel is like, dude, I don't want to even, I don't even make effort to go up there and look because in 2018 it's like, oh my gosh, everything gonna change. But this sun here is like, everybody gonna be all right. But we always got to be resilient. It's so important. Like I didn't realize that. I finally realized whatever decision this commission makes and this group of people planning, the importance of it, because county council has to, look at what you guys' recommendation, and there's a high percentage of the time they're going to follow you guys' lead. Even like for Jeff as our deputy director and planning director, Zen hold a recommendation. And like again, if Dennis not here, you're gonna be like where Jeff is at. I sat on that as a vice chair. At first I was nervous because of what I gonna do, what I gonna say. But it's gonna come natural. In the 4 years gonna come and go. And it's my time to be left out into the pasture and look what else is best for me and to serve my county. Always remember that is your guys' purpose. All of our purpose here is to serve our community. Serve them well. You're gonna get some that gonna be so defiant. And I had one was I think was Malia. And I couldn't do that. And I said, hey, I would like to propose you put a funding for educational for the Hawaiian kids. And it's like, whoa, I couldn't do that because it's like conflict, things that I learned. That's why we have, attorneys for us. But this is the best to me of by far commission I've served. And yes, I will extend until they find a replacement. If I stay to March, I will serve dearly for my community because this is our home. But thank you to Mayor Roth, staff, planning. You guys taught me knowledge that things that I still go see Jeffins and like things I cannot understand. I make private meetings and like, can you explain to me why? Because we might have a situation that now we can relate to and understand. And, thanks to Jeff too. I learned a lot from this man. Learned so much. Gee, for how long, Jeff? I think 10 years maybe or so already. And I'm very grateful and I'm very blessed to consider you all as friends, colleagues, that I come more akamai when I go out and be in the real world and be just like the rest of them. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Commissioner Aguinaldo. Just want to thank you for your service and, really appreciate, your insights, especially as, someone who was born and raised in, Pahoa, Puna area. It's really nice to have someone who has that knowledge of the area on the commission, because sometimes we just don't know like the roads and, where they connect. And, when you provide that insight is really nice. And I've known Gilbert for a long time and just really appreciate, having him here. So, thank you so much for your service.
You're welcome. And word of advice sometimes, like, where is this place? Just go to the county property tax website, just punch in the TMK and you can look. There's one of them I told Jeff, they never paid their property tax yet. How can it be over here? Oh no, they paid for it. Like, oh, okay, they never update them. Was that and how like Sid Fuki, he kind of semi-retired. They already said he's right. Semi. He told me, Garrett, how do you know all about this? Like about, they're trying to make a mini subdivision and about access, turnaround for fire trucks. How do you know all about this? I said, well, Sid, I asked questions and I just retain from every different thing that we do. I just retain and okay, I'm going to try implement this then. It's not trying to tell them, can, but how you going to make them work. A better understanding, yeah. But shucks, thank you so much. I cannot be more grateful. It's like I look forward to it. As myself owning, 2 businesses and I do what I do and people always ask me, how do you do it? My answer to that is I love what I do and I just do them. It's not gonna take that much longer, but the longest one, just be prepared. There might be some meetings, man. I think take 2. I think the longest one was 4 or 5 o'clock was long, but it's a great commission, guys. Let me tell you. And the girls always remind, hey, don't forget your mileage. So normally I gotta text her because I always forget. But I truly gonna take this to heart and, appreciate it. And, I really love you guys all. I go miss them, but I just gotta look for another one to serve. But thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have any comments, remarks? If not, we'll move on to agenda items for next meeting. Finish up the business here.
I believe we have 3 items on the agenda for January. And I have no other announcements at this time.
Okay. I do have an announcement that the planning department is having their holiday party. So if you haven't signed up, please make your payment to the planning department or with Melissa over there. It will be December 10th at the Fairway Grill. That's the Muni Grill.
Muni, yeah.
Okay. So then the Windward Planning Commission's next monthly meeting is tentatively scheduled for Friday, January 6th, 2023 in the County Council Chambers in Hilo. And the public can also testify via Zoom. If there are no other announcements or business, I would ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make the motion to adjourn today's meeting.
I second.
Okay, it's been moved by Commissioner Daniele and seconded by Commissioner Aguinaldo to adjourn this meeting. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the meeting of the Windward Planning Commission is now adjourned at 10:05 a.m. Thank you and happy holidays.
Yes. Very good. Can you turn it back?